So I've been kind of avoiding this for a while, but I was thinking about drawing Fry. I've been wanting to do cartoon characters and whatnot, but copyrights and stuff like that. But I'm not taking credit for any of this stuff. I'm just kind of just making some fan art. So we're gonna do Fry. He's always got that. He's using a lot of memes. And yeah, let's give it a go. So I'm gonna start with the back of the head. It's a little square, and then it kind of goes like this to his neck, and then his bottom jaw goes there, and his lip goes like this, and then he's got this upper lip right there, and he's got a nose, and the nose goes something like this, and then he's got an eye right here, and then he's got another eye right here, and then it goes like this because he's all like squinty eye, all looking suspiciously. And I do that with the next one, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm using a mechanical pencil today, and hopefully it's showing up well. Let me actually see if this can. There we go. All right, and I'll go and outline in just a bit, but I'm just doing all my rough lines right now. So then he's got, gosh, let me pull this up because I can't really see. Got an eyebrow, then it goes up to here to his hair, and then his hair does this number right here. Let's slide this down. Got one spike, goes like this into another spike, and then it shoots back over here to this shape. So it's something like this. Then he's got like an M over here. And so the ear, actually let's just follow this inside. It goes like this. So this guy kind of goes here, 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 and this curves forward like that. And then his ear's right here. And for the ear, you got one line, two lines like that, and then it goes like this, and then we kind of round this all up and go like this. And I don't have my eraser pencil, so I'm just gonna go like this. Is that what it's like? A little bit less bounce, kind of like that. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase all these lines in the inside like this. Boom, 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 boom. Cleans it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and outline these. Should I use another pen? Yeah, why not? I do have a Sharpie somewhere. All right, let's just use our other pen. Let's just use this guy. So let's use the old ones. Boom. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start inking this. So now I'm going to draw that line. And then I'm going to draw this line. Boom. So I'm going in like that. Pupil, fill it in. I'm going to do the nose. It's always easier to kind of start from behind so you can see the line in front of your hand. Now I'm going to go do this eyeball, and do this, and this. And it had this weird opening, so this one opens up a little bit more than this left one in the picture, which is kind of funny. It makes him look angrier and grumpy. Now I'm going to do this line, which goes like this. And this is showing up really well. Alright, and I'm going to do this mouth. And this is going to go back here, like that. Alright, we're going to do this lip, go down. And I'm going to reset my hand. I'm going to do this guy, and I'm actually going to make this neck a little wider, and then I'm going to cut across and join these two guys together. All right. Now we're going to do our ear, which our ear goes like this, and cuts inside, and it goes wham and wham. All right, so our fry is actually coming along. Yeah, I didn't even realize you guys could see it. And so now I'm gonna ink the hair. Wham, wham, wham. I'm gonna do the hair, and the hair's a little bit longer in the picture. I just ran out of space at the top. Placement of your drawing is always critical because it's so easy to run out of room if you don't put it right in the middle. And it doesn't mean it always has to be in the middle, but you just want to be aware of where your boundaries are. And there we go. And I'm going to bring this hairline all the way over here. Boom. Alright. Now I'm going to do this little shape right here to connect this part of the hair. And we're going to get our M in there. Boom, boom, boom. Bring this guy down. And bow. Alright, so now we got our drawing more or less. And now what I want to do is actually I'm going to use the pencil to shade them in. We could use color, but I think it's kind of fun since I have the mechanical pencil out to shade them and see what we can do with that. I should have an eraser pencil right over here. Cool. Alright, so if I pull this picture back up, if this was monochromatic, black and white, the hair is going to be darker than the skin. So the skin, we're going to color it in because it's not white, it's tan. And then we're going to make the hair even darker than whatever color we make the skin. So let's give that a go. Alright. First thing, I do want to get rid of these lines like that. Clean this drawing up. Alright, so we cleaned it up, cleaned it up, cleaned it up. I'm going to do more of these character drawings. I think it's just more fun because I mean I'm drawing these random drawings earlier, but I'm kind of making it up as I go, so it's just kind of tricky to do things like that on the spot and make it come out good. Whereas if I have some kind of idea of what I'm drawing, it's just a lot easier. So what I'm doing, I'm just basically just filling it in, and I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to smudge all this afterwards. Some people don't like smudging. I like smudging. Really depends on what you're doing. But theoretically speaking, you really shouldn't need to smudge if you're controlling your pencil perfectly. Like if you think about a printer making a picture, a printer isn't smudging. It's just doing exactly what the quantity it needs of pigment and putting exactly where it needs to go. So that's why technically you shouldn't need smudging, but you can see right here, hey, I just put an amount of graphite on here and we colored in our fry. And funny, you guys can't really see it, but I can see it. And it's more obvious. I guess it's more obvious for me because the camera's just like omitting some of the value. But next to this white paper, this is obviously darker. I'm not going to make them any darker just so the camera can pick it up because it's going to look weird. Alright, so the hair, orange, same thing except I'm pushing my pencil down a little bit harder, but not really much harder, okay? I'm just letting more pigment go on it. And I'm filling it in. I'm trying to be as neat as possible, staying within the lines. Okay. And I also have a Sharpie, and I'm thinking about going over some of these lines. Thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do it, but we went over it with that pen, and the pen gave us some really nice bold lines that are better than the pencil lines that we had originally. But if I go with the Sharpie, it's going to give me even better lines. And with like animation or cartoons, these lines are really important. They just give it that feel of completeness, a finished quality look. All right. So one thing I don't like this line right here, so I'm going to erase it. And that's where the pencil is just pushing too hard. And you can actually use the eraser to smudge. I think that's always kind of fun to do. And I'm going to use my finger. All right. And there we have our fry. Now let me see if I have that Sharpie handy, and I do. Let's see. I don't know how thin this one is, but let's see. So when you're focusing on line quality and you don't like your original line, I mean, as long as you don't mess it up, you can just go over it a few times to clean it up. So if it's a little shaky, just go over it a few times. And you guys probably heard me say this kind of stuff before, and I'll probably say it a million other times. But it's always a good reminder, and maybe somebody there is watching this video for the first time, and they're just starting off. But yeah, see, getting rid of all those little shaky hesitations. And so the nice thing about the Sharpie is it dries particularly fast. Whereas the pen and ink, you actually have to give it a minute. Otherwise, if you rub your hand over it immediately after, you actually might smudge it. Nice. This is coming out really well. And I might give Fry some shading. Okay. There you go. You can see I went over that one twice. And I'm actually going to go over this one twice as well. And it just makes it bolder and cleaner looking. And I hope this doesn't get me in trouble, but I think this is fun to do. Just doing characters we can all recognize. And we're almost there. I always try to make these videos quick. I don't know if y'all mind it if these videos are long or short, so I might have some that are longer, especially if I start doing paintings, which I hope I get to do someday. Because I think it'd be fun. But as it stands, I'm still just trying to figure myself out doing these short videos and drawing, and really trying to make them interesting. And I'm trying to fight staying too quiet, because it's really easy for me to kind of just zone out in whatever it is I'm working on. Alright, I'm doing just a little bit of shading behind the neck. And I'm probably going to smudge that in a second. I'm going to do a little bit of shading here on the eye. Another little bit right here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to smudge that or not. I kind of want to, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And it doesn't really seem like y'all can even see much of it. Can't tell if that's pencil. Yeah, it is pencil. Alright. Yeah, you can kind of see it in the screen. And I'm going to do a little bit on the forehead. But I'm going to leave the edges lighter so they contrast better with the hair because the hair is darker. So you're always playing with like light and dark, light and dark. If you can control light, you can control the world. Alright. And kind of want to go a little darker in the hair. Let's see how that looks. And so now that the hair's got like a nice base, kind of similar with the face, you have just a nice tonal range going on it. You can kind of just take your pencil and just lightly go over it just to kind of just keep pushing the darkness. Yeah. See, that looks good. And you can see I'm holding the pencil to the side. I'm not going straight on it. I'm actually kind of going as far as parallel as I can to the page, which let's say it's a, I don't know, 30-degree angle. So if this was like 0, this is 45. I'm like drawing like there. Because I can't go any lower because my hand has to hold the pencil. But the advantage is when you're drawing it by the side is that you're using the side of the lead. So you're able to kind of just create this kind of more of a blend, more of a fill. Alright folks, 17 minutes. This is the longest video. And it's funny because I picked Fry because I thought it was just going to be like a quick one. But we got to do a couple other little procedures in developing our drawing. The one thing I do not like is this right here. So I'm going to see if I can straighten it out. Oh no, and I messed it up. You can see where I messed it up right there. Oh no. Alright, let's see if we can fix it. Wham. Wham. And now that spike is like the darkest part of the page. So, options. Option number 1, leave it alone. Option number 2, try to increase the line weight of the other parts of the hair so it all matches. And because I'm a stickler, that's exactly what we're going to do. Actually, I'm just going to leave it alone. This video is already long enough. We'll mess with it next time. Anyways, I hope you all had fun. I gotta figure out where I can kind of check out your artwork. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.